With San Diego Comic-Con happening right now, we have loads of information. We have pictures from the Power Rangers movie of the helmets and the morphers, and we also have new figures coming out from the Legacy line, also to the movie line, and we're going to be talking about those later on. So this video, at the moment, is going to be concentrating on the helmets, as well as like the kind of morphers, and then we're going to be talking about, in the next ones, about the different toys. You know what it is, you know, there's lots, so rather than having it all condensed into one and having it rushed, we're going to talk about it all happening today.
Guys, this is Jessica. You're watching Airlim.
First of all, the picture that I'm looking at is the one with all the Ranger helmets on display, as well as the power coins. Now, a lot of people are saying that these are the morphers, but when you actually look really closely, which we will do, we actually can tell that this is actually a power coin that will go into the morpher, or at least they have it in the hand. So I was quite excited, and there are some kind of secrets within it. Maybe at least a secret, at least. We'll go and find out. When looking at these helmets, I don't particularly like them. I've never been a fan since day one, since the first images dropped of that CGI. But when looking at this one, I think it's just the mouthpiece and the really big long visor to me, it doesn't work, and I don't know why. I kind of wish that they spent more time like kind of redefining it a little bit. Now I know that this is kind of taking in base with the dinosaurs and alien technology, but it just, to me, doesn't feel right. But the power coins I really do like, and we found something that's quite interesting about them. We're going to talk about the power coins first. When I looked at this one, I noticed that the pink one has the pterodactyl literally screaming out of it. Not like screaming, but you can see this one out of all the others. With the red one, even though in this picture it's slightly different, but when you look at another picture, you can see the kind of the mouth of the Tyrannosaurus. Now when I saw the picture of the Pink Ranger one, when I saw this one after the T-Rex, when I saw the Pink Ranger one, I was like, that's actually quite interesting, because I actually originally, when I woke up, I was like, oh, we've got pictures of the morphers. They look really weird to be a morpher. And then obviously looking, I was like, they're actually power coins. They kind of like, the design of them is slightly different, and I'm kind of digging it. So obviously we've seen the morphers on the suit, so we're going to see the power coins, and I like the fact that it looks like it's a 3D hologram inside it, which, you know, reminds me of like kind of the old days when we had visionary chest point pieces and stuff, and I kind of like the hologram effect. Now I'm kind of a bit gutted that the other coins don't show it. Now we could argue that these are just pretty much just not finished, but I kind of think that with San Diego Comic-Con, you know, they wouldn't show off prototypes that they had at the very beginning, that they'd show the kind of final product to some degree, and that they would bring this out now rather than showing something that was made at the very beginning of the film. Maybe the more times that they use the coins, like this like kind of like Earth thing, it looks like either Zordon's just given them to them now and said, there you go, and then they become something completely different. It does look like, especially on the yellow, it looks like there's rock. So it looks like it is something that they've had to find, or that it's something, I literally can't see anything in the actual saber-tooth tiger one, but it does kind of make me think that, you know, if we can see the pterodactyl, then, you know, is the pink one used more? Is this just more kind of in focus? Who knows? There's gonna be a lot coming up, and we'll possibly see some more tidbits in the trailer that will possibly drop this weekend. Now we're gonna kind of look at each of the helmets, because I kind of really want to give my thoughts on them all. Looking at the Red Ranger helmet, now each helmet it looks really weird from different angles, like it doesn't kind of meet up, and to me this kind of is a little bit of a disappointment, because you kind of think that if you looked at the helmet all around, it would always be kind of the same. That kind of matches up like kind of symmetry wise, but when looking at like the Red Ranger, I can tell that this is a Tyrannosaurus. With the other ones, it's a little bit harder to tell what sort of animal they are, but when you see the Tyrannosaurus, you can see it from the front of the face. Now looking at the side, we see a lot more. You see obviously the eye that they've got, and then I don't know what this kind of like thing is around the kind of on the visor. I don't know if it's a tooth or if it's just some sort of but I've always noticed, and this is really weird, is like, do you know bowling balls? That's what these helmets, like the colour, like the material they've used, or the paint job, just reminds me of bowling balls for some strange reason. I don't like this really big mouth. To me, doesn't look right. I like the kind of the contour, the lines on the Red Ranger. It kind of flows. Again, this whole thing underneath the helmet, but I don't know. And I don't know what this part near the chin is. Maybe it's something that they can talk. Maybe that's one where it brings the mouth down, or takes the faceplate off. Who knows? With this one, you can see that there's a big point to it, and again, I don't know if the visor's warped or if it's too hot or if it's a bit weird. It just doesn't look to me. I like it. I don't. I think this one resembles it a lot more to me. Looking at this one, to me, this helmet looks a little bit off. I don't know if it's on the stand itself, if it's not being put right, but it looks kind of slanted to me. When you have this kind of look of the Yellow Ranger, I don't know, it doesn't look anything like a saber-toothed tiger at all. If it's meant to in some of the lines, then I kind of would like it to be a different color just to kind of symbolize it a little bit more. I don't know how I really feel about the Yellow Ranger helmet. Again, it looks really like slanted, so if this is like the prototype, the kind of ones that they have just to show, and the real ones are kind of like somewhere locked up or something, then I can maybe understand it. But if you're going to be showing this at San Diego Comic-Con, then you want to show the best ones. It looks like on the Yellow Ranger helmet there's also some translucent parts, which is kind of just underneath the mouth, or underneath the visor. And that's really it. I don't know, this one doesn't really stand out. The color to me is kind of like, it looks metallic, it looks like there's lots of lines, so again, maybe this is the alien texture, but I'm not 100% sold on the other one. Now, looking at the blue, I kind of now see from this point of angle that this is more of the Triceratops. It's just, the line should be more to it. It looks now like the tusks or the horns are on the side rather than the front. I kind of wish that if you're going to do this, then change the color more. You kind of see this like sideline which looks silver. Maybe that's meant to be the horn, but I don't know. I don't know if it's me or if it's just the way I'm looking at it, but I find that all the helmets are kind of like slanted, like the jaws like this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but the jaws kind of like that. That's, to me, is a bit. Again, it's a nice-ish blue, and this is going to be a little bit. I really don't know. I think the detail, at least on the horn, is okay. Yeah, I don't know. Now, we're looking at the Pink Ranger. Now, I've always said that the Pink Ranger helmet stands out the most because it looks more like the actual helmet from the show to some degree. But for this one, when looking at the cheeks, it looks like they're puffed out. Like, I just generally don't know. I like the design of this one a lot more because it does resemble more of the pterodactyl, what it was meant to be. I know some people are going to argue that, you know, it should be different, but I always think if you're going to take something from the source material, boom, it should look something similar. But the Pink Ranger, and again, they all look like they're just slanted to one side, but you can see more detail along the kind of like the front of it than we've seen in the 3D renders. When looking at this one again, it just looks like the helmets are slanted out like that, and I don't like it that much. Again, it could just be all angles. Now we see more detail along the line of like the kind of wing, and that's kind of cool. I really also like just underneath the wing visor where it comes up to here. It looks like I'm scratching my face, but I'm not. Just underneath here, you see the kind of lines going down. That looks fine. And again, I don't know why the helmets are like that. This one, I can't see any of the mastodon in. I can't see anything with it. When looking at this, I don't know. You can see more detail. And more kind of lines than you can with the other ones, and even on, like, say, the tusk when it comes here, you know, you can see it like an arrowhead. But I don't know, one thing I don't like is the top part here where it's just to me this doesn't look right. I think that if you kind of brought it in and had more of a filling towards it, it would be fine, and it would actually possibly be my favorite looking helmet. Again, just I don't know what to think about this one. It looks more like a proper helmet than it does like the rest, where the chin's sticking out. From the front, again, I kind of wish they brought more in and I could kind of see it, and they did the eyes here like normal, then maybe it would be fine. So when you see it from different angles, it's just that chin. Again, I don't know why the Black Ranger doesn't have that chin kind of pointing out. I'm kind of hoping that we're going to see more. The helmets will look a lot better in the film, and then we're going to see more of a kind of something that it will work well. I'm gonna wait till the trailer. I'm gonna wait till like we see a proper big long trailer before anything happens. One thing that I really liked is that with these power coins that we've seen it is in Rita's staff, and when looking at it, I was like, boom, there we go, we've got that. We've got confirmation that Rita is using the Green Ranger powers. And I remember a lot of people kind of agreeing and disagreeing. So now, when we've seen the power coins and then Rita's staff, boom, there it is. That is what I really like. So yeah, I'm really excited about seeing how the power coins work out. The helmets, I'm still not liking them. I don't hate them, I'm just not liking them at the moment. I'm just kind of really looking forward to seeing a trailer now, because we know it's going to drop at San Diego and then hopefully one at MorphCon, but we don't know yet, so it's going to be nice seeing a little bit of a tidbit of what's coming on. There's not a lot really that I can turn around and say. If you want to see these pictures, they're from Taco Nation. I hope I said that right. So I'm going to be linking everything down below in the comments so you guys can see it. It's definitely worth checking out. It's really cool that we're seeing these images now and we're getting kind of a closer look. It's getting kind of more hype for this film. I really like the poster that they brought out, and to be honest, if they did it in a proper size, I would put it there, just in there. That's where it would go. Sorry, Iron Man and Cap, but yeah, that's where it would go. So Rangers, what do you think about this? Do you like the movie helmets? Do you like the power coins? What are your thoughts from this? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out Yeah Games, all that lovely goodness, and also check out my other coverage of all the San Diego Comic Con stuff that's coming out. Links will be in the video descriptions and stuff as soon as they come on. So yeah, there we go. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.